Hey, what's up folks, how's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the MX Ergo from Logitech. Now, this is a mouse with a trackball, doesn't have an optical or laser sensor at the bottom. And I've been actually using this thing for over 60 days now as a full replacement, as a daily driver for my computer mouse. And we're going to talk about basically the pros and cons of using a mouse with the trackball. It was very popular back in the day, and now Logitech is bringing this kind of ergonomic design back with the trackball as the main kind of cursor controller for your operating system. So without any further ado, if you're interested in this mouse over here, let's find out if it's actually worth owning. Now, when you first take a look at the MX Ergo, you're going to notice that it's actually quite a large overall mouse design. It's specifically designed so you can rest your entire palm on it, and it's accommodating to all different hand sizes, small to large. And I think for most people, resting your palm on the mouse feels relatively comfortable. You're going to notice that it is only a right-handed design. There are ambidextrous trackball mouse out there, but this sadly isn't one of them. Now, at the bottom of the MX Ergo is a magnetic base plate, which allows you to actually tilt the mouse 20 degrees to the right side. Now, I personally like the more parallel design to the floor. It actually feels a lot more comfortable than the 20 degrees tilted, but some people might like that option. Now, you can actually take off the magnetic base plate entirely, and there's a little hole where you can pop out the trackball using a pen. And here you can get access to cleaning the trackball itself, as well as any kind of dust and debris that gets caught underneath where the trackball sensors are located. Now, when it comes to the button and control layout, the MX Ergo is actually quite simple and straightforward. You have primary left and right click buttons, a clicky kind of scroll wheel that has left and right movement capabilities. There's a center button which allows you to toggle between the Bluetooth wireless connectivity and the standard 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle that comes with the mouse. Now, since your thumb is going to be really busy moving the trackball around for your cursor movement, you actually can see that the forward and back buttons are located more at the front of the mouse, specifically going to be used by your index finger. And once you get accustomed to moving the trackball around with the thumb, this really makes a lot of intuitive sense, and it's pretty easy to adjust to. Now, there is a precision mode button just located on top of the trackball itself, and this basically downshifts the DPI or sensitivity so you can get more precise with your movements, and you can obviously control all of the sensitivity parameters of the trackball itself and the button programmability in the Logitech software itself, as you would expect. So things are pretty simple and straightforward when it comes to connectivity and control. Now, when it comes to actually using the trackball as your primary cursor movements, again, it takes a little bit of time. You're going to have to fiddle around with the sensitivity settings, but after a couple of hours of usage, you're definitely going to get the hang of it. For example, if you want to travel large distances with your cursor movement, you can just quickly spin the ball to the region that you want to go to, and you'll get there very quickly and efficiently. And again, once your thumb adapts to the whole cursor movement with the trackball, I think it's going to feel very intuitive. And for me personally, after a couple of days of usage, I think I'm just as capable when using the browser and just general computing needs with the trackball compared to a traditional mouse. And even though there may be some arguments of using the trackball opposed to a conventional mouse when it comes to reducing the likelihood of carpal tunnel syndrome or even some kind of tendinitis, generally it's going to vary from person to person and whatever feels more comfortable. So I would definitely give it a shot. Again, the wrist doesn't move too much. The thumb is doing the primary moving, and that can certainly have some benefits, especially if you have a limited workspace or perhaps you're even on the go and you can't bring a mouse pad with you and you don't have a lot of mouse movement surface area available to you. Since the mouse is stationary, it doesn't really have to go anywhere, so that could be an awesome kind of benefit for some people. Now, another big highlight of the mouse is the battery life. Because there's no optical or laser sensor, it's going to be very power efficient. Logitech actually claims over 3 months of usage off of a single charge. It is a wireless device, so that is an awesome benefit. I've actually never had to charge it thus far, and I've been actually using it on a daily basis for over a month and a half, so we'll see how long a single battery actually lasts. So pretty outstanding there. Furthermore, there's a software feature called Flow, which allows you to unify multiple different different machines with the MX Ergo. So a really cool thing is I've actually hooked up my main PC with the Logitech unifying USB dongle, and I've also connected the MX Ergo via Bluetooth to my MacBook Air, and actually can scroll from the MacBook Air to my PC relatively flawlessly. There's about a second delay from PC to PC, but keep in mind it's going from a Bluetooth connection to the wireless dongle connection, and it's also both computers need to be on the same network as well. But it's a pretty cool feature, especially for multiple computer devices, different operating systems, and certainly could be handy if you're using all these PCs at the same time with one mouse. Now, one serious limitation is definitely going to be from a gaming perspective. This is certainly not designed for any kind of hardcore first-person shooter or really any kind of gaming platform. I'm sure some people may choose to game with a trackball. I've heard of people doing so, and they actually prefer it compared to a regular mouse. But for 95% of the major gaming population, they're going to go for a specific gaming mouse. So that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks of switching over to a mouse like this full time. You are going to probably need another mouse for your gaming applications. Certainly for myself, I find it very difficult to do any kind of gaming with the trackball, so this is probably one of the biggest drawbacks. Additionally, some of the other drawbacks pertain to the fact that we mentioned earlier that this is not an ambidextrous mouse. It's only designed for right-handed users, and for fans of Logitech gaming mice such as the G502 or the G903, this doesn't have the hybrid scrolling wheel, which I'm a huge fan of. So there's only one single mode for the scrolling option, which is kind of a click-to-click. I would love to have a free scrolling wheel option since Logitech makes that available in other kind of higher-end mouse that they manufacture. So love to have that feature over here, but sadly it is unavailable. And last but certainly not least, probably the biggest problem with this mouse is definitely going to be the fact that trackballs are still kind of a niche item. There's still going to be many people out there that are going to prefer the traditional mouse experience. And even though we have pretty hardcore enthusiasts out there that are going to be completely into using trackballs as their primary cursor movers, but there's still going to be generally more people that are interested in the regular mouse experience because that's kind of what they're used to. But if you've never actually used a mouse with a trackball, I would highly encourage that you guys check one out whenever you get the opportunity. It's certainly worth trying out for the first time, especially if you're going to do any kind of just general computing stuff with this mouse, and you don't want to move your wrist around too much for any kind of medical specific reason. So definitely check out the MX Ergo in that circumstance. But really, on that, guys, that's really it. I'd definitely love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'm probably going to use this continuing forward for the next couple of months. I have no real problems with it, and I think ergonomically it probably suits my anthropometry and my particular needs pretty well. So we'll see how this goes. I'm probably going to use it for the next 6 months or so, and I'll keep you guys posted about everything. But if you have any specific questions, let me know. Give us a thumbs up if this video helped you out in any way. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.